friends, welcome back to my channel. For this video, I'll be doing the Fountain Pen Addict tag started by my pen friend Devin. If you like fountain pens, definitely check out her channel because she has a ton of useful information. But for this video, I'll just be answering her questions about fountain pens, and let's just get to it. The first question is, how long have you been using fountain pens? Why did you start? So I've been using fountain pens since September last year, according to my Instagram. And I started using fountain pens because of Devin, actually. I found her channel while surfing YouTube, as you do, and I really liked her content, and I noticed that she had a handful of videos about fountain pens, so I started watching them. And at first I thought, oh, I can never do this, it's too much maintenance, and it's just not gonna work for me. But the more I watched her videos, the more I was influenced, I guess. So I started doing my research. I followed Goulet Pens, Jet Pens, and I read their articles on which fountain pen to try first. And so I bought my very first fountain pen. This is the Pilot Kakuno. And I chose this pen because I really love this blue color. The nib is so cute. It's got this little smiley face on it. And it's very lightweight. And it's a really good writer. This pen clip is from Kaweco, but it fits the Pilot Kakuno pretty well. So yeah, this was my very first pen. I was very, very happy with it, and I've been in the hole ever since. Question number 2, which do you own more of, fountain pens or fountain pen inks? Definitely fountain pens. Here are all the inks that I own, just 6 bottles. I'm not that into fountain pen ink, at least not yet. I have certain colors that I like, and I'm more concerned about the archival quality of the inks. So Noodler's X Feather, the Attribution document ink. I like my ink to be waterproof and fade proof. I do have a couple of dye-based inks. I think that's what they are, because I really love the colors, but I do prefer archival inks more often than not. I have a bit of a mental hurdle with shimmering and sheening inks. I haven't tried those yet. I would like to in the future, but for now, I'm pretty happy with my fountain pen ink collection. So as I mentioned, I have 6 bottles. Compared to my fountain pen collection, these are what I have. This is a Galen leather 10-slot pen case, and I told myself that I'm not gonna get any more pens that can fit this. So if you just check, here are my 10 pens. And obviously I lied because I have more than 10. But I saw that Galen Leather was prototyping a 20-slot pen case last year during Black Friday. So whenever they come out with that, I'm going to get that 20-slot pen case, and then for sure I'm going to be done collecting pens. For sure. Question number 3 is, what is the best thing about using fountain pens? For me, it's having all these beautiful pen bodies. If you take a look at these pens, they just look gorgeous. I love the colors, I love the shape. All of my pens have something unique about them. So one of my favorites is this Pilot Vanishing Point. I love the retractable tip. And this color is just beautiful. This is the Decimo in Champagne Gold. I also love the TWSBI Diamond Mini A All in Mint Blue. And I have the TWSBI Eco here in the limited edition yellow. They're just so pretty. I mean, I don't know how else to put it. That's my favorite part about using fountain pens, the beautiful pen bodies. I also like that I can do long form journaling without my hand cramping up, because I used to journal with gel pens and my hand does start to hurt if I write for too long. So I like that fountain pens don't cramp up my hand as much. And I also like that you can experience different types of inks if you have a converter for your pens. And it's not as wasteful because you're not putting out any empty cartridges when you're done. So that's another huge bonus for using fountain pens. Question number 4, what is your least favorite thing about using fountain pens? For me, it's staining my hands when I load up a new pen. I know that's just part of the ritual of inking up a fountain pen, but I really wish that I was cleaner at it. I would get ink all over my hands. As you can see, I have a stain right here. Where did that come from? I've tried to do it very, very carefully, and it just never works. I always end up getting stains on my hands, and you know, I'm just gonna have to live with that. but that's definitely my least favorite part about using fountain pens. I thought pen maintenance would be annoying to maintain, but I found that it's actually really easy. As long as you flush out your pen the moment it runs out of ink, it's not going to be a problem. Question number 5. Do you own any vintage fountain pens? I don't. I was bidding on a vintage fountain pen on eBay a long time ago, but I got outbid at the last minute and I was really bummed out about it. Then I never tried again. I am still interested in owning a vintage pen, so whenever I find my courage, I'll try bidding for it again on eBay or just straight up buying one. Question number 6. What are your top 3 favorite fountain pen inks? So here are my 3 favorites. The first one is the Attribution document ink in fuchsia. This is just such a pretty pink color. I love writing with this ink. I always have at least one pen loaded up with this. I think it's just such a gorgeous color. My second one is the Pelican 4001 in blue black. Another beautiful color that I love. This is such a gorgeous off-black color, and it's one of my favorite ink colors in general. I also enjoy it in my gel pens. The last one is my latest edition. This is the Lamy Tourmaline, another gorgeous color. Turquoise is one of my favorite colors ever, so I'm really happy that I picked this up. Here's what it looks like on my journal. You can get a good idea of how it looks on paper, and I think that's just beautiful. And here is the Attribution document ink in fuchsia. So yeah, these 3 are my favorite inks for sure. Question number 7. What is your holy grail fountain pen? I'm not sure. I initially thought it was gonna be the Pilot Vanishing Point. I love this pen body, I love this color, and I love the retractable feature. But I ended up struggling with filling it up with ink. I found that it was really clunky the way this pen is assembled, and I've tried all sorts of ways to load this up. I've tried it like this, I've tried it with just the converter, and I could never get a full ink capacity on this pen, which was a little bit disappointing, but I still love this pen, but definitely not the holy grail that I thought it was. So I don't really know what my holy grail pen is for now. Aesthetic-wise, it would be the Esterbrook SD in the lilac and gold. I love the way that pen looks. I think it's absolutely gorgeous, but it's really expensive. It's definitely at the top of my fountain pen wish list though, so whenever I get over my letter cover phase and whenever I stop collecting Gilios and Moterms and VDSs, I'm definitely gonna get that pen. Right now, I can only handle one expensive hobby at a time, and letter covers are definitely an expensive hobby. Question number 8. What is the worst fountain pen you've ever tried? That would be this one. This is the Noodler's Ahab Flex Pen, I think is what it's called. So I wanted to try a flex pen, and I got this one off of Amazon, and I don't know if I just didn't put it together right after I loading it up, but both times that I tried using this pen, ink dripped all over my paper, and that's usually what happens when you don't put it together after loading it up with ink. I couldn't figure out what I was doing wrong. I don't know if it's just a case of getting what I paid for, because this was about $14. So yeah, this pen was a bit of a bust for me. I'm setting it aside for now. I'm not writing it off just yet. I do want to figure out how to use a flex pen, but yeah, for now, this is just sitting in the back burner. Question number 9. What is your most recent fountain pen edition? That would be this one, the TWSBI Eco in limited edition yellow, and I'm so happy that I got this pen. It's such a smooth writer. I love how much ink it holds. It feels really good in my hand, and this color just makes me so happy. When I was a kid, yellow was my favorite color, so I had yellow pencil cases, yellow notebooks, a yellow bag, yellow everything. So this pen does take me back. I actually owned this TWSBI Diamond Mini before the TWSBI Eco because I really wanted this mint blue color, but I never really liked how short it is, and I've always wished that it had a larger ink capacity, so I decided to get a TWSBI Eco just to try it, and I'm very, very impressed with this pen. I'm really glad that I got it. Definitely my favorite as of right now. And then the last question is, if you had to start over, what fountain pen would you repurchase first and why? Definitely the TWSBI Eco. This was a little bit out of my price range when I was shopping for my first fountain pen because I felt like $30 was a bit much for a pen. I say now as I own these, right? But yeah, for my very first pen, I didn't want to spend that much money, which is why I chose the Kakuno. But with the knowledge that I have now, I would definitely go for the TWSBI Eco first. Now, if you want the best value fountain pen, I recommend getting the Platinum Preppy. These don't run for more than $5 the last time I checked, and it's really good for what you pay for. It writes very smoothly. The body is pretty sturdy. This plastic doesn't feel very cheap. I've dropped this pen a couple of times with the cap on, and it's held up pretty well. Nothing came off or fell apart, and I'm really happy with this pen. So definitely the best value pen you can get. So that's it for the Fountain Pen Addict tag. Thank you so much, David, for creating this. I had a lot of fun answering all 10 questions. So now I'm going to be tagging 3 people that I know use fountain pens. If you also enjoy fountain pens and would like to participate in this tag, feel free to make a video or leave a comment down below. I'm just choosing 3 people that I know make content about fountain pens, and that would be Carrots and Olives, Adventure Denali, I hope I'm saying your name right, and Seaweed Kisses. So thank you so much for watching this video. I think this is my first official video about pens. I used to say in the past that I made videos about journals, planners, and pens, but I never actually made any pen videos, so I'm hoping to rectify that soon. So if you enjoy any 3 of those topics, do consider subscribing. This is Spellbound Notes, and I will see you next time. Bye!